Alrighty, so we're back and I've been busy. What I'm going to do real quick is show you kind of the final product before you get the paint on here and show you the tools that we used in this. It's real simple stuff. It's basically just arts and crafts with some power tools. You do need some horses here to get your plywood or castle sides up on so that you can use your jigsaw to go ahead and cut out the parapet walls and the windows. And you just need a drill and 2 bits. You need a bit for the screws for the hinges, and then you need a bit for the pilot holes for the jigsaw. And for the blade for your jigsaw, what I'm using is a very, very fine pitch blade, small, very high number of teeth per inch on here. And the reason is that I'm not trying to cut a whole lot of wood. What I'm trying to do is cut a little bit of wood, but very precisely. And with plywood, what happens is if you go ripping through that too quickly, you will tear out the bottom side of the plywood. So it will just take that thing apart. So you just want to use a real fine saw bit on there. And then of course you always need water, and if you're doing this in summer, you want to make sure that you stay very, very hydrated and wear your safety glasses. And you also need your Sharpie to make your marks, jigsaw, and again the drywall square, and then whatever paint you're going to use. I'm doing a yellow and a silver metallic at the request of my youngster. And then for the hinges on here, the hinges come with screws that are going to be thicker than the plywood. So what I did is I went down to 5/8, and this is just so that I remember to tell you about it. I went down to 5/8, that way you don't have half an inch or a quarter of an inch of the screws sticking through here, and then you have to grind those down. So this is it. This is the final bit on here before the painting, and this guy's just gonna fold up 3x5. We got the windows in here and we got the walls cut out. Now one thing I want you to notice is you'll notice on this side over here you got a hinge. Over here on this side you do not have a hinge, and the reason being is hinges, they will only open 270 degrees. So if you put the hinges on the outsides, then this thing isn't going to collapse. It needs to collapse kind of like an accordion on here. So you have to do one hinge on one side for the front of the castle, and then one hinge on, or a set of hinges on the back side, so that when you go ahead and fold this thing up, you'll be able to get this side to fold down like that, and then the other side to come over here like this and then fold. And so now you see that it's going to go ahead and fold flat on this. And just make sure you remember that, or else you'll try to be figuring out why this thing is not actually a folding castle but more of a unwieldy piece of plywood. So right now all we're ready to do is just go ahead and get this thing painted. And you know, if you're going to do a princess castle, you can add some curtains to this thing just with some Velcro, whatever it takes to personalize it at this point. But that's it. That's the 1 hour folding castle, and I hope you enjoyed.